Well, hello Internet, welcome back to Bone TV. It's been a week since I've actually made a submission on YouTube. I've been very busy with school this week, but I didn't want to neglect my channel anymore, so I thought I would give you guys an update. So when I have time to play this game, I just kind of sit in town on this guy because he's my crafter guy, and I just craft different stuff. And I've been working on getting my bone crafting all the way up, and I'm really close. The last time I made a video about bone crafting on this guy, I had only been playing for 9 days, if I recall correctly, on the playtime. And so 5 days later, mostly AFK in that period, not really grinding it, so I'm not really trying to go as fast as I possibly could because I just don't have the time. I would like to see how fast you could get to 110 in playtime, like from start to finish, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think the quality is better than the quantity as far as like how fast I go, because I need to get not only 110 bone crafting, but I also need to get alchemy up to 70 and all those other crafts, including smithing and goldsmithing. There's a lot of recipes that require those subs, and I don't have those done yet, but I am getting there. I do want to get all of the gear for Bonecraft +1 skill, and that is all really obtained from this NPC. I have half of it, kind of, ish. I'm missing some stuff. So let's actually see what we're missing. Looks like he says that I need to do horn rings to actually get the points today, so I need to figure out how many horn rings that I need to get. I might just pass on it. If it's like 80, I don't really like doing those ones. Like the other day it was go ahead and turn in 80 brass cudgels or whatever it was, and I was just like, no, I'm not going to, no. It was 83 actually, 83 brass cudgels if I recall correctly. That was not fun for me. I didn't want to do that. So I did get the protective spectacles since my last recording. I did get those. I cashed in and got those, but I need to get the 100k apron, which shame on me for thinking that it was anything other than a body armor, because in my last video I said, oh, I know one of them is the sunglasses and the other one's either an apron or a glove, and I was thinking, yeah, it could be either, right? You know, bone crafting, gloves, blah blah blah. But no, that's not how this game works at all. Every craft has a body piece. Every single craft has a body piece. I should have known that. So I knew that if one of them was the spectacles, the other one had to be the body piece. So I'll get this body piece here in a couple of days probably. It looks like I have almost 70,000 points. So that's exactly 2 days worth of points, probably, depending on what I'm being asked to turn in and how much it is worth. Looks like that guy's actually crafting horn rings for today as well. Kusa Rigido, I think I said that right. Kusa Rigetto, maybe? I don't know. All this other stuff I'm not going to get. Maybe eventually for aesthetics, if I have the points, I'll get this. But there's better stuff that you can spend your points on besides this. I wouldn't even get bone crafting ring, honestly. I mean, like, that's not what I'm trying to do. Not at all. I'm trying to get HQs. Like, I'm good. I know that it has its uses, but no, I'm not going to waste the points on that. Not going to waste the points on the tools, even though they do look really cool. I have seen them before in someone's mog house, so maybe one day if I have the 50k. The emblem is really it. That's the one thing that everyone needs to get, because that makes the stall. This was added like way later. That's why it's at the bottom of the list. Like, this is all added in order pretty much, more or less, and the emblem actually crafts the stall. If you find a high-level synergist, you can get the stall done. It's not that hard. It might take a few attempts, but it's really mine was 99 darkness elemental synergy, so I had to get to 99 dark in the synergy crucible, and I was able to do it with 3 characters. I had Bones a lot signed in, kind of just putting the items in the furnace, not really touching it because his skills weren't leveled up, obviously. And then I had Bones a lot also in the party, and he does have some synergy skill as well. He's not maxed out, but he's like halfway or a third of the way, and he does have some levels as well, so he has better results on like operating the furnace and such. So I had brought him in because we kept failing with just me and my buddy. So I brought Ponslot in as the third wheel, and I just started playing on him in the Synergy Crucible, and we got it like 1-for-1 as soon as I brought Ponslot into the party. So he did his job. I was very excited. So I did get that. That was more difficult than the smithy stall that I did. For whatever reason, I went 1-for-1 with the synergist that I tagged up with for the smithing piece, but that was not the case with the bone crafting in general. Has just been rough for me. Like the torque as well. Like what even is this game? Like bone crafting. Somebody even told me, like when I started leveling up bone crafting, they said, "Ha, good luck." And I was like, "What are you talking about? All these scents look extremely easy." Good luck. What did you just do to me? Did you just put juju on me? Am I cursed now? I'm probably cursed now. Like that's probably why this stuff is not all done already. Key items wise, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get any of these key items. Maybe eventually, maybe for specific scents if they sell well, and I think that's a good way to make money. But I don't think so. I don't think that that's the case right now. And I'll give you an example of other really good ways to make money with this craft. It's not even this craft. It's just crafting in general. Like I just noticed this. Two things that I noticed. One, there's 2 items on Auction House that they are way overpriced, and I know it's Azura, and I know that everyone's like, oh, let's just make that money, get that cheddar, and I'm just like, okay, I get it, that's fine, overprice all your shit if you want, but this is ridiculous. Some of these things, like let me just go to the auction house. Now I do know why it's the case, because one of the items you can't get on a level 1 toon. You have to actually quest a bunch of stuff before you have access to purchasing it off of an NPC, but it does sell off of an NPC and it's very cheap. But it's here, it's expensive on the auction house, and I'll show that item to you guys. So you probably wouldn't be shocked once you see this. If you're any familiar with these items, you'll probably be like, yeah, that makes sense. But still, like if you have another toon that you could just sign in that has the prereqs done, you could just get Kitron macarons off of the Curio vendor Moogle. If you have a character that's developed enough, most of this stuff is going to be on the Curio vendor Moogle. So like I noticed a lot of the stuff that Ponslot can buy dirt cheap off of Curio vendor Moogles and off of Green Thumb Moogles, just because he has all the prereqs done. He saves a lot of money, he does, but I don't want to log him in. I'm that lazy that I spend like 10 times as much gil, because that's what this is. 150k for a stack of Kitron macarons. It's like 15k, maybe 20-30k to get a stack. I forget the exact number, but it's a very small fraction of 150k. But I'm not hesitating because I've been doing pretty well selling stuff. So that's one thing that I would watch out for if you were trying to save money. If you were just trying to save money, find someone who can just buy the Kitron macarons for you so you don't shell out 150k over and over again. Like that should be lesson numero uno. Most people aren't aware that you could get that dirt cheap off of a curio vendor. So that is something you should take note of. But you know, if I have the gil, I don't care. I'll just buy stacks. Other thing that sells pretty good on the auction house for like a lot of gil is these. These are stacks of poison potions, and alchemy is a sub-craft for basically everything at 120 that I can tell. Most of the crafts that I work on, I encounter some situation along my way up to 120 crafting skill, or 110 plus all the gear and all that stuff. I've never played a character where alchemy was always at 0. Like, I'm still having to level up alchemy on my bonecrafter, and that is because it's very important for a lot of the synths in this game. One of the easiest ways to get past like level 15-ish on alchemy is just crafting poison potions. If you have any chunk of gil in your inventory at all, you could just buy poison dust off of the Alchemist Guild NPC, like the guy at the front desk. You could just buy Oboro is his name, I think. Odoro, maybe. It's the guy in Bestock Mines Alchemy Guild. Odoro. Oboro is the guy in Port Juno. They sound very similar. Ponslot. You know what I mean? Like, so this guy sells really cheap poison dust, and if you couple that with this synthesis recipe, you can make 100k a stack on these things, on poison potions. That's an easy synth, guys. Vial of Mercury is like a few gil, honestly. Like, I just noticed this other thing too. I want to point that out as well with you guys. So we'll get to the, or not the vile murky, I'm thinking of distilled water. I'll show you the distilled water though, just because I thought it was really funny. But yeah, the poison dust and the mercury, you can get this stuff for really cheap. Really, really cheap. And then you can sell it for 100k a stack. And it sells every day for 100k. But anyway, the distilled water, I noticed this. I've been playing this game for over a decade, and I always went to the Windurst Waters Northside Cooking Guild shop, and I would go talk to the shopkeep at the shop right next to the home point, right? Cooking Guild shop. So I go in and I talk to this guy and I buy these distilled waters off of him, and he wants like 12, 13 gil per distilled water. So that's like dirt cheap, you don't even hesitate, right? Well, I gotta show you another place that I found that makes that guy look like he's just robbing everyone. He makes the Cooking Guild look bad. So we're gonna go find this guy. This is hilarious. I would have never guessed that this is a thing, but it is a thing. So hopefully my fame is high enough to where, I don't know if fame actually affects the price, but I remember the exact price that the distilled water was when I last looked, and I think it was on this character. So I think it's a static price for those guys. I don't think the fame matters. It might. Who knows? So it is going to be South Sandoria Guild. What guild might that be? It's not a cooking guild. Not at all. It's not an alchemy guild either! What is it? What could it be? Why would I need cheap distilled water for this guild? This is the Leathercraft Guild! Oh my god, Leathercraft Guild, what are you doing? They even have water on tap right out front. See? Easy peasy. Leathercraft Guild! Bro, I would have never guessed. Having always bought my distilled water from vendors, laughing at people on the auction house for overpaying for distilled water, while I'm just going to the vendor and Windurst, and I just get it dirt cheap. And I laugh at all these people on auction house spending hundreds of thousands of gil on distilled water and just losing that money. And I have been doing it wrong all the time, because this is the place. This is the place to go. Check this out. Cleety has like the distilled water hookup, bro. Like the distilled water hookup. I lied. It's not Cleety. Rip. Boom! The actual shop. Not Cleety. The actual shopkeep, who does close her doors during certain hours, has distilled water for 9 gil! 9 gil each! 9 gil! You could get all the distilled water you want for the low price of basically cheaper than anything else in Vanadale. Like, that's nuts. I would have never guessed. Like, leather, log, water! Okay! I do know that some of the recipes use water, so that's probably why they threw it on that list, and they probably just thought it would be hilarious to just undercut everyone else. So I need to get horn rings. Horn ring. Okay. Okay. Bonecraft 37. I gotcha, brah. I can do it. So it says that I only need 8 high Qs, high qualities, or 12 normal qualities. So that's what this guild points. My friend Shantoto, Shantoto's not my friend, who am I kidding? My friend Shantaru from Lakshmi server, he, shout out to Shantaru, by the way, Shanty Shan, Epic Red Mage, etc., Geo, Black Mage. He loves mages. He's a pretty good mage. Has interest in all that. He pointed this out to me. He's like, bro, listen. Even I know that you can go to the wiki and see the guild point number right there staring you in the face. And I was like, wow, really? Okay, you caught me. I'm an idiot. So he pointed that out to me. So yeah, that is, I never knew that. I've been to this wiki for years, and I, for the longest time, overlooked guild points and had no clue what those numbers meant at all. But that is how many you need per day if they're asking for that item. So that's awesome. So like that, you could just quickly pull that up and you just know that I need, okay, 12 horn rings, Okay, so I could just go get horn rings, right? Because they're probably on auction house. If not, they're on a lot of this stuff. I'll pull this one back up really quick. A lot of this stuff is on auction house, and it also is on Sparks vendors, but this one in particular is not on Sparks vendors. So it looks like I might have to actually craft a stack of these, or I'll have to buy them on auction house, and it might just be quicker for me to buy them, I guess. So I guess I can, I don't know, let's see, ram horn, fish scales. Okay. Well, I'll work on that later off stream. I'll go ahead and make those, because I can't just go ahead and purchase them from a Sparks vendor, and I probably would spend too much gil at the auction house on them, because they're probably, like, those guys crafting that stuff today, they're gonna probably sell their extras for like an arm and a leg to help people out, but also to make that gil, because that's what this game's all about, right? It's all about making that gil. Everyone's gotta make that gil. So yeah, we're pretty much done talking about everything for today, and I do have a lot on my plate, so I should probably wrap this up today. But yeah, I just wanted to point out a couple things that I've been working on and a couple things I noticed. So poison potions being overpriced, really easy to craft. You could just make those and get rich with a low alchemy craft, and you're skilling up while you're doing it. So if you haven't already done that, take advantage, because they'll sell pretty fast, I'm pretty sure, for a lot of money for what you spend. And same with Kitron Macaron. If you've got the prereqs done, just go to the Curio vendor Moogle. If you have an auction house being empty, not anything posted on auction house, and you just want to like really quickly fill up your auction house, or maybe your mules don't have anything posted, you can just grab yourself some Kitron Macarons or coconut rusks, either one, and you could just grab stacks of those, and you could just put them up for sale on auction house, and people will just insta buy them. Like, I don't even really hesitate, honestly. Like, gil 150k to me isn't a whole lot of money, but to start out fresh, it is a lot of money. So cutting corners, that's one thing you need to cut. It's just your frivolous spending on like overpriced shit when you already know that it's overpriced. That's why I make these videos, to let you guys know that it is overpriced sometimes. So you just do some thinking, and then you'll figure everything out. It'll be easy peasy. That's it for today, guys. I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.